Hey, what's up, guys? This is Bry2J with episode 11 of Yay Toys. We're in double digits. Nice. Anyway, today's review is going to be on the Walking Dead AMC TV Series 9, Beth Green. I'm really happy that they made this figure, finally. Now she's with the family. As you see, there's Maggie on the left with Glenn, Herschel, and now Beth. Funny how the two on the right are no longer on the show due to a case of death. However, it's about time they made a Beth. Emily Kinney was on the show she's on the show a couple of seasons. She debuted in season 2 and then became more of a regular in season 3. So, let's talk about her. So here's Beth, and I have to say, I'm really happy they finally made her. Granted, supposedly this is the end of the 5-inch figure series from McFarlane. Give it time. You never know. Stranger things have happened. They still have the comic book series line going, so I guess eventually the TV series will kick in. Because there's so many other characters, like Laurie and A Better Shane and Aaron and, Deanna and, you can just name a few. So, this Beth figure, I have to say, looks a lot like the actress. They really got the sculpt right. There were a lot of complaints about the hair color, too, that it was too dark. I like it. I think it looks more accurate because it's kind of dirty. Like her clothes are kind of ragged and dirty because, it's the end of the world. They're finding whatever they could. So yeah, I think they captured her face properly too. Like, she has that smirk, so that's really cool. The articulation is pretty great on this figure too. Her head can go all the way around. The ponytail, just be wary about this here. You get that much motion, but you don't want to snap it off. So, arms go out about that much. They do go all the way around. However, with the sweater, it's kind of tough, but there you go. She has the elbow ratchet joint, the little piece of articulation there, fully articulated wrist. She does have a bit of a waist swivel. The articulation on the legs, a little different than what we're used to. So, her legs do go out that much, right? She can kick forward. She can't kick back, which, it's okay. She does have the top of the knee rotation, the ratchet joint knee as well, and she doesn't have any ankle pivot or anything. So, not great articulation, but it's still pretty decent. As for her height, let me get her to stand. Some people have trouble standing her. Mine seems to stand perfect. So there you go. I'll move the camera down for you. So, as for the height, she's shorter than the rest. She's only about 4¼ inches tall, maybe 4½ inches tall. But still, she's in scale with the family. Like Scott Wilson, who played Herschel, is a pretty tall actor. So, as you see, and in a little bit, the scaling is right. So, it's pretty cool. Yeah, her accessories a little different. She does come with this newly sculpted machine gun, which is really nice. There's a hole in the center of the handle for a reason. I'll get to that. She comes with the handgun. Again, it has the hole in the handle. And the knife, you guessed it, the hole in the handle. So I'll talk about that. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this figure for the hands. So like, there's these little tiny pegs. It's hard to show on my camera here, but these little tiny pegs, I guess because her hands are so small, that they kind of have it where the knife and the guns or whatever go through the peg. So it looks like she's holding on to it. It looks kind of weird with the handgun, though. I haven't tried it with the machine gun yet. But yeah, you know, it's pretty tricky, too. Gotta, like, bend the fingers a little bit, but you don't want to break them. So I don't know what they were thinking with this. So, there she is holding the gun, but it doesn't really look great. That's kind of a downside for me. But, you know, the rest of the figure's great. The machine gun, which I don't think she's ever really used one on the show, except for, like, maybe in season 4 when the governor killed her father. But yeah, I mean, she holds it pretty nice, but she can't fit to the trigger. So that's kind of weird. But whatever. I'll just probably pose her with the knife. The downer is that there's no holster. So I don't know where she's supposed to put these accessories. Like on Maggie, they gave her the holster. On Herschel is a holster. On Glenn is a holster. You know, pretty much every Walking Dead figure but Carl has a holster. You know. Only difference with Carl is that they didn't give him any weapons. But you know, Beth, I'm still happy they made her. As you see, they gave her like the dirty golf shirt from when it was that her and Daryl episode. The sweater, which, you know, drapes nicely over her hands, that's pretty cool. The rip in the jeans, on that side as well. The fading, you know, look at the clean sculpt work on the back of the sweater. All in all, it's a great figure. I mean, look at the face again. If you know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean. Like, this face looks great. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, this is it for Yay Toys. I'm Bry2J. Please find me on YouTube. You could also find me at Bry, BRI_2J on Twitter and Instagram. If you like what you see, go to InnerCityGeeks.com, where we have a ton of other cool stuff. For example, yours truly is in the ICGPW Slamcast, which is also on iTunes and Stitcher. There's Good Games with Frank and Alex, also on iTunes. I do a daily blog called Nerd Notations Presents. It's still a working title, but for now it's Nerd Notations Presents. And, oh yeah, real quick, we'll talk about the rest of the series. So, you have Beth, T-Dog, finally, the Water Walker, which I think this was the one that got Bob, so that's pretty neat. There's Gravedigger Daryl, which I already reviewed. And Constable Michonne, in which I wish they released a Constable Rick. And then Dead Dale. So, this is a pretty interesting wave. So yeah. Just remember, as you're posing your plastic, remember to say to yourself, Yay Toys. It's what I do. Peace.